this special call meeting for the city of San Juan at 12 p.m. May we rise for Pledge of Allegiance, please? Billy, would you like back there? Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May be seated. Mr. Conan?
Yes, sir, Mayor, Commissioners, good afternoon, staff, Mr. Vela, Mr. Palacios. The first item on the agenda, Mayor, is the discussion and possible action on presentation by Hilltop Securities and Public Property Finance Contractual Obligation Series 2022, the plan of finance for the funding of pumper fire truck. Then we have Mr. Chris Vela here, and on your packet, you should have the plan as well. So he's gonna give us a presentation on those items. It is a small dollar item, $500,000 for the one on a qualified note instead of a CO. So he's gonna come over and give us a presentation of those items, those figures. If you have any questions for him, but please, Mr. Vela.
Thank you so much, Mr. Juan. Mayor, members of the City Commission, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Vela with Hilltop Securities, Financial Advisors for the City of San Juan. Before you have an opportunity to finance a pumper truck for the fire department, and if you look at page 2 of the presentation, under the plan of finance, it outlines the project cost and the instrument that we're using. It may be a little different. You're probably used to seeing tax notes. Public property finance contractual obligations allow you to finance over a longer period. Tax notes are 7 years or shorter. And PPFCOs, you can go up to 20 years on that. So we have a total amortization of 10 years, which is based on the useful life of the vehicle, and at a cost of $545,000. There will be no tax rate impact. And it is financed through the taxable assessed valuation and the existing use of debt service funds. We will also, as we have done in the past, issue them as bank qualified paper, which means under 10 million, which allows the city to get better interest rates on the financing. And it'll be a competitive private placement transaction, which means that we will take bids on March the 22nd, and we will come to the board with a transaction summary to approve the bids on the 22nd, and we will deliver the proceeds. If you look at page 4, on April the 19th. The debt service is on page 3. On the payments for the actual cost of the pumper, which is about $60,000 a year. Any questions?
So, you mentioned March 22nd, you come back for the bids, is that correct?
Yes, sir. When we will present the bids
Bids, yeah,
and the recommendation for the lowest bid.
Gotcha.
Approval of the lowest bid.
okay. All right. Any questions? Okay. Okay, with that being said, is there a motion to approve? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is under resolutions. So the first one is consideration and approval of a resolution by the City Commission of the City of San Juan authorizing certain representatives of the city to move forward with the proposed issuance and settle one or more finance lease agreements, authorizing the preparation of any documents and agreements necessary to effectuate the issuance and settle such obligations and other matters in connection therewith. As the presentation by Mr. Vela, this is just to allow him to go out and seek for that type of funding.
And that's for A and B or just A?
Well, the other one is the resolution for the reimbursement.
Oh.
If in case we do it before the money comes in.
So, in reference to the pumper truck, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
I just wanna make sure that, you know, we have an experience
Yes, sir.
with the last one and make sure that we don't go through anything like that again.
Correct.
You know, Rick, can you review the documents and everything?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And one of the things that,
District
yes,
district purchase?
Correct.
one of the things that we discussed with Mr. Fire Chief is that, in the future, any site appraisal would have to be with an independent appraiser instead of the same company appraising the vehicle.
Yeah, so we don't get into any
Right.
problem. And this is a brand new boat.
Yeah, Mayor, it just came off the line. It so happened that, it's not a demo, it's a brand new truck off the line. They had it sitting in, they had just gotten it in Dallas.
So you're replacing it with an old one, or
We're
you need
replacing-
addition?
No, sir, we're replacing, one that broke down
Gotcha.
during the Mount Cashcare fire. It's a 20-year-old truck.
Okay.
It did its 15 years of credit through the ISO for frontline pumper, and it did its 5 years of reserve. So a total of 20.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions for Mr. Arjona, Chief Capsa? If not, is there a motion to approve? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
The next item under the resolution, Mayor and Commissioners, consideration approval of the resolution establishing the intention of the city of San Juan Texas to reimburse itself for the prior lawful expenditure of funds relating to acquiring, constructing, and equipping the various city improvements from the proceeds of one or more series of the Texas Assembly obligations to be issued by the city for authorized purposes, authorizing other matters incident and related thereto, and providing an effective date. Again, this is the reimbursement process that we usually do. Once we get the funding, so as you know, it takes about anywhere between 30, 60 days to get the funding. However, we can always issue a PO contract, and if it gets paid through the city, then once we get the monies back,
Get
then we
reimbursed.
get reimbursed.
Any questions for Mr. Arjona? If not, is there a motion to approve? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mayor, Commissioner, before we adjourn, I just wanna say that, Mr. Cantu is on Zoom, should you have any questions for him, and I wanna thank him for being online as well, to answer any questions we may have.
We're good. I think we're good.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Cantu.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir. We're good. Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting has been adjourned at 12:07 PM. Thank you.